Hello, today we're going to do a very simple transfer exercise. Last week I sent you all a video which showed ink transfer, and basically it showed a piece of paper that had been inked up with black oil paint, and that was placed on a piece of linen. And then on top of that, the person who made the video took a piece of paper and drew a picture, and with a stylo or a pencil he left an impression through the inked paper, and it left an image on the linen. That was Paul Klee's method of working, that sometimes he would make a drawing on a piece of paper, then basically transfer that onto a piece of linen. So you end up with little kind of blotches, and you can see patches of linen, say, on this particular example, which is seen from the comic fantastic opera from 1923. So that's quite complex. For that particular exercise, you need black oil paint. You also need a piece of linen. I'm going to greatly simplify it. So this is a transfer method using charcoal. Very simple. So I'll just put this to one side now. What do you need? You need a piece of paper. This is a page from my drawing book, and in the end this is where the drawing will be. You also need two other pieces of paper, just some ordinary A4 white paper, it's fine, quite thin paper really. You'll also need a piece of charcoal. This is quite thick charcoal. You'll also need a pencil. Doesn't matter what kind of pencil you use really, as long as the tip is quite sharp, but not over sharp, not really sharp, but not blunt. Okay, first thing you do then is to take a piece of paper, and then with a piece of charcoal, I'm using very thick charcoal, but you could also do this with thin charcoal too. Now this will be a bit messy, and in the end you will need fixative or hairspray to fix your image. I won't do that, but if you don't mind, because I'm in my bedroom for a start and I don't really want to spray all that stuff about. So what I'm doing really is drawing with charcoal a big area and making it fairly dense. And this is the equivalent really of a sheet of paper with black ink on it. In some respects it's the equivalent of a printing plate. Well, we'll perhaps do. You'll see I'm going back and forth, making it quite dark with charcoal. There we are. I'll just get rid of some dust. Next thing to do is to turn that upside down, like that. Okay? Then with your second piece of paper, put that on top, like so. And then I'm going to attempt to draw some kind of Paul Klee type fish. I'm just kind of copying one that just happens to be to hand. It won't look exactly like his, but it will look a little bit. It's a weird and wonderful fish. Also in this picture there is a man standing up in a boat. I'm not going to do that. So you can see there I'm kind of just making it up a bit, and I'm starting to invent shapes. Just call it a Paul type Klee fish. I'm not trying to copy it exactly. Then behind that one, maybe there's a very strange kind of fish type shape, like that. And I'm just kind of filling in, just having fun really, doing all sorts of shapes. So, two fish. Maybe there's another kind of fish type creature down here. Who knows what he is? Doesn't really matter. Just completely making up some shapes. Maybe you would say these images are quite childlike. Okay, so there we are, three fish. That's it. I pressed quite heavily. Now what should happen now is that when I remove the paper, when I remove this sheet, it's left an image. And you can see, there it is, 3 fish, 3 Paul Klee fish. Now, if I wanted to at this point, I could take some watercolours. You've seen these before. And I could paint it if I wanted to. I'll just leave it as it is. Sign it. Now, if that were totally original, that'd be quite nice, but except I've copied it. I suggest that if you do try this exercise, by all means, do copy a Paul Klee, but also try using one of your own original images. In fact, you could even try this kind of experiment for the cave art themes. I gave you various themes for that, and you could actually do them in this style. Okay, it's really quite straightforward. 2 bits of paper, your drawing book, some charcoal and a pencil. And ultimately, please remember to fix it with a fixative or spray mat. Thanks.